The Champions League is back. Today will begin the 2017-18 Champions League competition, and the Champions League is the most exciting competition in football today. It is all of the best teams fighting it out to be crowned champions of Europe. And this season's Champions League season is going to be absolutely incredible. But before the 2017-18 Champions League matches do begin, we will be taking a look at the matches that will be played and all the talking points going into the first week of Champions League football. So today I've got 10 things you need to know before this Champions League match week 1. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure also click on that bell button so you can be a part of the notification squad. Number 10. Incredible groups. The group stages for the 2017-18 Champions League season looks incredible. We have some insane and tough groups that will be going on. In Group C, we have 3 incredible teams. We've got Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, and AS Roma fighting it out to try and advance through Group C. In Group H, we have 3 quality sides out of the 4. We've got Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, and Tottenham, who are no pushovers. Anything could happen in that group. Also in Group B, we have the likes of Bayern Munich and PSG in the same group. Group F, we've got Manchester City and Napoli in the same group. There will be so many exciting games going down during these group stages, and it's going to be really interesting to see who makes it through and who gets eliminated. Number 9, United back in the Champions League. Manchester United are back in the UEFA Champions League. After a few seasons out, the Europa League winners are back in the UEFA Champions League. In their group, they have Basel, CSKA Moscow, and Benfica. And it's a really difficult one for United. With a fantastic start to the league, with the quality signings that they have made, can Jose Mourinho's Manchester United hang in the big time with the big guns? Number 8. Champions League at Wembley. Champions League football returns to Wembley as Spurs take on Dortmund. Dele Alli will serve his first of 3-match European suspension, and Spurs have been really shaky at Wembley Stadium this season in the Premier League. With a 2-1 loss to Chelsea and a 1-1 draw to Burnley, they don't have the best form at home heading into this game against Dortmund. They had a solid 3-0 win over Everton during the weekend though. On the other side, Dortmund won 5-1 on aggregate in the 2015-16 Europa League clash against Spurs. There is plenty of quality in both sides and it's hard to separate them on paper. On one side for Tottenham, we've got Kane, Eriksen, Dembele. On the other side for Borussia Dortmund, we've got Castro, Sahin, Götze, Aubameyang. Dortmund start as the favourites heading into this game at Wembley. Number 7. Atletico visit Stadio Olimpico. Atletico Madrid will be visiting AS Roma and the Stadio Olimpico. Roma have won their last 7 home UEFA Champions League games, as we've seen Atletico go far in the Champions League, but they've been eliminated by Real Madrid in 4 seasons in a row. This game could prove as a crucial encounter in the group that also includes Premier League champions Chelsea. Roma have started the Serie A season with a win away at Atalanta, and then a disappointing home defeat against Inter Milan, so their early form is somewhat a bit shaky. On the other side, Diego Simeone's decision to rest players against Valencia could prove wise for this upcoming game. Atletico will likely be confident of coming away from Rome with at least a draw, particularly with Antoine Griezmann available and no injury concerns. And Atletico will be starting as favourites for this upcoming game. Number 6. Chelsea's easy start. The Premier League champions Chelsea have a really easy start to this Champions League campaign. They will be coming up against the team that will be making their Champions League debut. After not being in the Champions League last year and winning the Premier League, Chelsea have a lot to prove. And in their group, they've got Atletico Madrid and Roma, so it is a quite difficult group in Group C. And they should pick up an easy 3 points to start off their Champions League campaign with an easy win. Number 5. Benfica versus CSKA Moscow. The Portuguese champions Benfica have progressed from their last 2 group stages in the Champions League and are in some great form at the moment. They've opened the season by winning the Super Cup as well as winning 4 out of their 5 matches thus far. On the other hand, we've got CSKA Moscow, who have beaten Benfica 3-1 on aggregate during the 2004-05 UEFA Cup, but Benfica should come away with the victory and the 3 points. Number 4. Champions League returns to Anfield. The Champions League will be returning to Anfield as Liverpool face Sevilla. Sevilla defeated Liverpool 3-1 in the 2016 Europa League final. It's the Reds' second group stage in 8 seasons. Although they may have faced each other in the Europa League final in 2016, both teams have stepped up to Europe's top competition and will be considered the two favourites to progress from Group E. The Sevilla man Nolito has not travelled due to thigh problems, but Banega and Luis Muriel were rested for the weekend's game. They are almost a certain to return back into the side. Sevilla picked up a win on the weekend against Eibar, but Liverpool on the other hand lost 5-0 to Manchester City on Saturday, with Mane receiving a red card. It was a brutal challenge that Mane did put in on the Manchester City goalkeeper, which obviously led him to that red card. The red card does not stand in the Champions League, so he'll be able to play, but this is going to be a very difficult task for Liverpool as Sevilla are playing very good right now, and it's going to be a really interesting game to see who is going to take the advantage in Group E. Number 3, can PSG dominate the Champions League? It's time for PSG to step up, making the record signing of Neymar and Kylian Mbappe together, and this could be the season where we could see PSG go all the way and lift up the trophy. PSG will welcome back Marco Verratti after the Italian international missed out of their 4-1 win because of a 3-match domestic ban. Angel Di Maria will be absent from the side, while Javier Pastore may be able to return. The French team typically plays a 4-3-3 system this season, but adopted the 4-2-3-1 at the weekend in order to include Julian Draxler, as well as Neymar, Mbappe, and Edinson Cavani. Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, and Kurzawa should all return after being rested at the weekend, and mentioning those players all in the same team just sounds scary for their opponent Celtic. Brendan Rodgers' side have a reputation of being a tough nut to crack at home, and while they failed to record a win in last season's competition, they did hold Manchester City to a thrilling 3-3 draw. But this should be a win for PSG, opening up their Champions League campaign with 3 points. Number 2. A hat-trick of UEFA Champions League titles. It is time for Real Madrid to defend their Champions League title. They went back-to-back in the UEFA Champions League, and now they're looking to win 3 in a row. Real Madrid will hope to get back to winning ways when Cristiano Ronaldo returns for his first UEFA Champions League match of the season. The Portuguese star has one more game of his domestic ban to serve in the La Liga, but is available as Real Madrid kick off their title defense in Europe's top club honour. But they will be facing the Cypriot champions, who reached the last 16 of the Europa League in 2016-17 before bowing out against Anderlecht. Real Madrid are going to be the team to beat this Champions League season. And number 1, game of the week. This is going to be one incredible game. The game of the week is Barcelona versus Juventus. The two sides met in the 2015 final, a match which saw Barcelona end up lifting the trophy by virtue of their 3-1 victory in Berlin. Juventus made it to the Champions League final last year but suffered the defeat to Real Madrid. Barcelona enjoyed a productive weekend as Messi bagged a hat-trick with a 5-0 win over local rivals Espanyol. And you have Juventus, who enjoyed a perfect start to the 2017-18 Serie A season and continued their solid form on Saturday, picking up a 3-0 win at home. And Paulo Dybala has had a great start to the season with 7 goals in 4 games. Both teams are on fire at the moment, and this game is going to be an incredible watch. And it is time to get the 2017-18 Champions League competition underway. And that is the 10 things you need to know before this Champions League match week 1. Let me know some match predictions down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you all on my next video.